Hey, back in the house. So we're gonna go on here with the yeah, see the girl? Yeah, my cute little angel. Okay, so I hadn't shown her in a while, so I said let me show the little angel. And the W's, I haven't been talking about them, but because I do every couple of videos and then I skip it for a few videos. So like I was saying before, you can always go back a couple episodes back, look at the descriptions, and you'll see the one that does talk about the W. It means holy watcher, and the explanation of it is awfully there. I gotta go on with this because this one it goes deep. So what was I going to... Oh, I was talking about that movie, that Gods of Egypt. Yeah. I had a pretty big dream that involved that. First of all, let me go back and say something. A lot of people have been asking me, are you from down south? Do you have a country accent? I don't. I'm not. I'm not from down south. My father was from down south. And my elder sister, Sherry, she was from... my father was from Florida. And then my sister, she lived everywhere, but, she was from New York because, her mother was famous, like I said. So she spent a lot of time in New York, but they moved around so much. But she ended up living in Texas. She lived in North and South Carolina. And then where else did she live? Chicago, in Vegas. And she was all over, but she had a heavy country accent. My father didn't have the accent like that. Well, to me, I don't notice because I talk like them, I guess, and I picked it up. I don't know how it happened or whatever. I can't even explain to you how it could have happened because I'm the only one out of everybody else besides my sister that had that talk like that, I don't know what it is, except I picked up words, the way she say them, the way they joke around and everything. And but it's funny because I grew up in Massachusetts, and even the kids I grew up around were like, are you from down south? Are you southern? And I'm like, no. Why y'all keep asking me that? It's just where I grew up around people that were from the... I picked it up. I don't know. It's funny because that's happened all my life. Are you Southern? Are you Southern? Like, people always ask me, well, I'm Creole too. I ain't no Creole. I mean, not that I know of. I mean, family line and stuff. There is French in there and Dutch in the West Indies, because the island that my mama was from is called Saba, which is, they were from St. Bartholomew, St. Martinique, St. Croix, ties to all these different islands, in St. Kitts, and where Rihanna's from too. We got ties in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's a lot of that island there, but the island they got property in is Saba. Saba, I have it tattooed on my back, Saba, and that's like a big thing with St. Croix and stuff, but it's way up there. Like, you gotta take another plane to get up there. That's how rocky and all that stuff is over there. But anyway, yeah, my I don't know why I got the accent. Ain't nobody else got it but me. My dad, I personally don't think he sounded country, but some people said he did. I don't know. I don't think so. It's like we could switch up. Like, trust me, if I have to go get a job or look at vacation or something, listen, yes, ma'am, can I help you? Is there something you'd like me to help you with? Yeah, listen, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm in my element, I'm being myself. I keeps it real, If there's somebody walk up with me in the store, ain't nobody around. Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey! So it's kind of like that. But anyway, let me get on to this Prince of Egypt stuff. So what happened was, I fell into a deep sleep one night watching the movie Gods of Egypt. Okay? Now, this movie in particular, I didn't care to watch it. It's just like, I like a lot of those Christian movies. So I thought it was going to be something like that about Moses or whatnot, But it wasn't. I'm trying to adjust this because it's crazy the way it looks. But anyway, so dark looking in here. But it's getting dark. Hello. So, where is that? I'm just leave it there as long as I can see this. So in the movie, the glorious, brilliant lights and stuff and the technology they used, God kept telling me pay attention to that, right? Special effects and all that. So the fight scene they had with Gerard Butler, he's in soldier garb and the soldier fighting and all this stuff. And Jeffrey Bush is the other actor. They're wearing that. It's all exactly how the soldier angels look in the battle in heaven. Now, I didn't know all this. I'm just watching the flick, and then I fell asleep. So if you want to see the shine, go look at that movie. That's exactly, God told me, that's how it all is in heaven. But let me tell you, He said, you look at that flick, all the special effects are the mastered technology of the spirit world. They've mimicked it and mirrored it, with playing with the technology that fallen angels ain't supposed to have. So they've mastered it down here. When y'all see movies and all that fancy, brilliant lights and stuff, they've made it mastered. So it is just like the brilliance in heaven of the spirit world and stuff. So I can't really explain that, but let me tell you, when I had the dream, right when I fell asleep from watching that movie, I went straight into there and saw what God was talking about. So when my dream went there, but in the end times, it was people were crossing these bridges and they were following me because I was a singer and stuff. So in the jinn, you know what jinn are? Genie. Go watch the arrivals like I told you. Listen, a jinn is jinn. The word genie comes from the word jinn. So think of, what's the card? You know me in the movies. Walt Disney's Aladdin. The genie. You ain't never had a friend like me. That is a jinn. Okay? Yeah, and they could be blue too. That's why, think of in India, that god Krishna and the baby Krishna. They're blue. Go look at images of that stuff. You're going to see that if y'all watch The Arrivals. I told you about watching The Arrivals. The Arrivals with Noriega. You go into the internetarchives.org or .com and type in The Arrivals by Noriega. You'll see it, okay? It's good. You got them episodes are deep. They really are. So the jinn looked like my deceased famous granddad, Billy Eckstein. He was getting all the praises from the people, begging me to sing. But it wasn't my granddad. It was one of the jinn, pretending to be him. So they were telling me to sing. It was like, you're going to be like your granddad on stage. It was just like a grand giant stage. And people were, they were worshiping me. And then the jinn put a purple potion drink in front of me. And he was saying, drink this. And then you can have this, this life that you want. You're going to be big. You're going to be famous and all that, It was all telepathic and everything. So he's in the air floating with a misty mist around him. And I was like, something ain't right because he looked like him. But then I knew it was kind of like switching up. So listen to this. So he was in the air floating in like a mist and saying, yes, drink it to be fully famous like your famous family members. And then he said, and the blue lighting was everywhere. Like, you see the kids go to nightclubs or raves and that blue light, or when they're at concerts outside, that blue light's everywhere. That brilliance and color, I'm telling you, and the sound and everything. Same brilliant technology used in Gods of Egypt. So I paused. I'm looking around before I took this drink. And I was like, something ain't right. And I saw all the people were going in the wrong direction across the bridge to hell instead of the right way. So I started walking away from the genie to tell them, no, don't go there. Go this way. And all of a sudden, I'm on stage and with the mic. And the mic disappeared. The stage disappeared. So I'm yelling, trying to tell them that they were even carrying my belongings. That's how much they was worshiping me like a Beyonce or something. And I was worried. But they were worried about me. They just were worried about my belongings. She's rich and famous. We got to take care of her. So I'm like, no. I'm trying to shout to them and everything. So they're devoted fans, and they had all my precious belongings, and I kept screaming, but then they couldn't hear me. So I woke up and I heard God say, see, that's what fame really is like. Leave it alone. Then I saw the movie of God's Egypt was paused on the TV where I left it before I fell asleep. And the last thing I saw before I went to sleep, God showed me, see, that same technologies from from heaven. It is what the spirit world mirrors, but they stole it, and they're going to pay for it all tricks of magic fallen from the fallen. So in saying that, if you see the movie, like I guess you had to see the dream, like the way the angels, you guys see pictures and images of them are fighting with the swords behind their back, crossing like that. And then they come out, wow, they're doing all that stuff. And the garb they're wearing is glorious gold and all these jewelry and shining and everything. He said, that's what it's like. They trying to put it on in the technology that we have here today. So that's what we see, and that's what we think it's all about. And he said, no. He said, it's not meant to be used like that. So that movie's a prime example, and it really steered me from wanting that fame, that mainstream. Now you can imagine, I don't know what year that movie came out, but I was really doing the darn thing with my music, and I was stepping into some big spots and offers, and he stopped me. I even had somebody offer me, told me to put this over my eye, me and my son, and take pictures and to get put on, but